YOLO! I'm Diamond Burke, aka Lady Leo. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I realize that it has been a minute since I uploaded anything. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really felt like uploading anything. I still make IG content, but I haven't uploaded anything to my YouTube channel in a minute, but your girl is back, okay? I'm gonna start by swatching October Polish Pickup. So if you're not familiar with Polish Pickup, it is like a monthly collaboration for indie brands, which is all themed. And I think the theme for October was like monsters and ghouls. I can't really find the theme name, but I'm pretty sure it was monster themed. So I ended up picking up 10 polishes for Pickup Polish for October. So again, like I said, this is a monthly collaboration between indie brands. Usually what ends up happening is a few days before you can actually go in and purchase, which is usually somewhere between the 1st and the 7th. It's usually for a few days at the beginning of the month, but it depends on like when that time falls at the beginning of the month. And you can go and preview all of the polishes that are going to be sold that month a couple days before. So polishes tend to range anywhere from the $10 to $14 range, and they do sell non-nail polish things too, like jewelry and bath and body products as well. So if you're not familiar with Polish Pickup, check it out. They do a different theme every single month, and it's a great way to get exposed to a lot of smaller brands that you may have never heard of before. Without further ado, we're just gonna go straight into that voiceover footage. Hi yo, welcome to the voiceover. So we are going to be diving right in, starting with Paradox Polish, Make Like a Tree and Leave. Man, this is a gorgeous color. It is a multi-chrome and it does have a strong shift to this kind of like pinkish burgundy color, but then I also see some orange and definitely some gold at certain angles, and there is some hollow sprinkled in here as well. So I'm going to be using the Hollow Taco Peely base on all of my nails for all the swatches I'll be doing today, so I can peel these off very easily. I'll also be doing 2 coats of most polishes. If I do more than 2, I will definitely let you know, but it is going to be 2 for this one. And because of the way that I'm angled for this, you're really just going to see one shift color, and that is the beautiful main shift, which is like that pinky sort of burgundy color. I feel like this is a really interesting color because I kind of feel like there's some orange and like some gold in this color, like the strong shift as well as the other colors that it shifts to. But I love this color. It is so great once you apply that second coat. It really deepens it, and the hollow is just like a great added bonus for this one. So I'm going to be throwing on a top coat from Hula Moon from Hella Handmade Creations just to finish off this manicure and give it some nice extra shine. I'll be using that today on all of my swatches as well. This one is an absolute stunner. What do you guys think? Moving on to the next one, we have Camo Colors Lacquers, Pyramid of Silence. So this one is kind of like a sheer nude pink, somewhere in between a nude and a sheer pink, mixed in. Well, sorry, that's the base color. And then there are lots of different colors of flakies mixed in. I see red, I see some pinks, I also see some whites in there. I think the colors of the flakies that are mixed in work really well with the base color, and I think this ends up being a really nice nude color for my skin tone. You can kind of see, like, once I start applying it, it's pretty close to the skin beneath my nails, which is more of like a lighter color than the skin tone that you have. Correction, I mean the skin tone that I have. So I just mean that, like, once I start applying this one, which goes on really, really well, is that it's very sheer and very nude. So like if you're one of those people who doesn't like a lot of big flashy polishes, or maybe you like a combination of both, this could be something good for you if you are akin to my skin tone. But you can also layer this on and it does tend to get more dramatic as well. I like it either one. This is 2 coats and I really love this polish. I really like the color. I like how it looks on my skin. I think it's gorgeous. And we are moving right along to the next one, which is Dreamland Lacquer, Spirit of Samhain. So I adore this one. This one is, I can't tell what the base color is. I'm assuming it's maybe like a brown or something to that effect. It is packed with gold and like red gold flakies and there's hollow. So I feel like this one kind of encapsulates how I feel about fall, right? Like one of my favorite things about fall is like watching the leaves change color and change. And this one perfectly encapsulates that because you get those oranges, you get those reds, those gold, all those really beautiful colors that remind you of fall. And this one, I am going to have to layer it up. I think I end up doing 3 coats of this one since it does seem to have a very sheer kind of light brown, well, deep brown, kind of like a sheer medium brown base, if you will. But you can really see those hollows coming through. And like once you start layering this polish on top of each other, it just looks better and better the more layers that you do. Oops, a little messy there, so make sure I clean that up with my trusty cleanup brush. I think I am using a cleanup brush. Yeah, I'm using a KB Shimmer cleanup brush. They have some really good ones as well, so if you're interested in a good cleanup brush, I have all 3 because they have a couple different sizes and like one that's angled. So they have some really awesome cleanup brushes. And here's that third one that I said. I think I could have been okay with 2, but I feel like, you know, doing another coat really helped seal it in and just deepen that layer even more. And I really like it with 3 coats, honestly. And again, I think I even see some green and some yellow shifts from the flakies in there, which this literally perfectly reminds me of like fall leaves. It's great. I love it. We are moving right along to KB Shimmer Rise Up. Oh man, I love this polish so much. What a unique color. You have sort of like a medium navy blue base with these gorgeous flakies that shift from red to orange. I see some gold and some yellow at certain angles too. It's such an interesting base that I, like at first glance, I may not necessarily think that the base would go well with these type of flakies, but it works so well. It's just so well done. You'll see what I mean when I start applying those. So as I said earlier, I always like to do really thin coats so that I can always build it up. But when you do the thin coats too, you can see how sheer this base is. It's a pretty sheer blue base and the flakies are really dominant, but it's gonna look so gorgeous when we start layering on the polishes, trust me. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit as well since I'm a little messy. I'm just gonna get that all cleaned up. It's pretty difficult to clean this up in camera, but I don't know. I feel like maybe some people out there want to see me clean it up. I don't know. But here we go with a second coat for this one, which really, it really starts to deepen when you start adding those layers on top of it. And I do a third coat with this one, which really, I think, makes it so gorgeous. But this polish is bananas amazing, and I love it. Moving right along, we have Restored by Polish, I Will Rise. This is my first time buying from this brand, and I like them a lot, so I will definitely be buying again if I see anything else I like. So we have another multi-chrome shifter. This one leans on a really deep gold orange base, and I do think we shift to some yellow and even a little bit of red at certain angles. This one is also packed with hollow. I feel like in a lot of ways it's kind of similar to Paradox Polish. The only difference is that primary shift color, but they do shift in between pretty similar colors. But I still think these are different enough that I like them both individually as well. And I feel like with this polish in particular, the strong shift that you get is more of like a golden orange with a little bit of a red undertone. It's hard to know in the first coat, which is why we're going to do a second coat, and I think eventually I will end up doing 3 coats for this one just for full opacity. But I really love this color. I think the hollow is a great addition to it, and I think she's a beauty. Alright, moving on to Wildflower Lacquer. Geralt can have all my coins. He sure can. Man, I love this one. So this one is another multi-chrome shifter. You have like a purple gray kind of base shift with I think some light pinks on the edge too. And then this one is kind of like a medium hollow, kind of like, it's almost, well, actually, you know what? It's more akin to like a linear hollow. And the shift color is so pretty as a backdrop. It is gorgeous. If I had to pick, you know, if I had to, this would probably be one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite from this polish pickup for October. It is such a gorgeous color. Toss a coin to your witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty. Okay, that's enough fooling around from me and my singing. But when you look at this color, like when I first apply it, that purple is the strong shift that I get, and I see some pink around the edges, and then that linear hollow is just so beautiful and prominent that it does come through. But man, I absolutely adore this color. It is gorgeous, and it looks completely different from different angles, as is meant to, and different lighting. But even so, like, purple is one of my favorite colors, as I have mentioned on several occasions of nail polish. So even just like if this was the only color, this would still be gorgeous. Next, we have Katherine Co Predator. Oh my god, I love this one. I didn't really realize until I started doing these how much like multi-chromes, like how many multi-chromes I got in this one. But this one is a really unique color. I'd say it's like a greenish brown as like the primary shift color, and then there's also like a more of a midnight green yellow at different angles. But I mean, this does invoke the Predator when I think about it as well. And then I think there's some flakies in there and maybe even some hollow pieces again. But I mean, I just really like the base color of this one. I think it's such an interesting color, which can like, it can lean towards the ugly really quickly because it's like a green, brown, yellow base. But it just looks so pretty. So like when I apply that first sheer coat, I get a really strong green base. I can see some yellow and brown in there, but I feel like this one evokes kind of like a moss hunter green, if you will. And then when you start layering it on, it just gets more and more gorgeous, and that color just really, really deepens, which just adds to the vibe for this one. And I love this one so much. Moving right along on to the next one. So next we have Lucky 13 Lacquer, the incident with the dragon. This is also my first time buying from this brand as well. And again, I really love this polish. It's kind of like a deep green jelly base, and then I see some red shift flakies that shift to like red, orange, yellows, and gold. And then I also see some hollow in there, which I think it's green hollow. It's a little hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it's like a colored hollow. I don't think it's silver. So I think all of these together really invoke the feelings of fall. I mean, it is, you know, a dragon as well, which I can see, right? Come on, this is giving me Rhaegal. You know, those other dragons that Danny doesn't care any much about because they're not Drogon, but you know, we care about them, Danny. But I like this one a lot. Again, I'm going to be starting off with a thinner coat, and then we're just going to be building it up as we go. And when I started with this one, you can really see that base color, and it is kind of like it's almost like a teal green, if you will, at first glance. But I really like the flakies. I think they're really pretty with this sort of base combination. And I think as you start laying it on top of each other, it just gets really deep and it gets really beautiful. On to the next one. We got Night Owl Lacquer Sasquatch Sighting. Oh man, I love this one a lot. We've got another shifter. I think this one is like a gray, pink, purple shift. They're all kind of like semi-pastels. I say semi because they're a little darker than like normal pastels, but I wouldn't call them like fully dark polishes. It's somewhere in between that. And it's also a linear hollow as well. So I really like this color just initially without even like the hollow, like the shift, the base color is just really, really pretty. I love it. And for this one, I'm just going to be doing 2 coats on this one. I couldn't help myself. Like, I just wanted to do some bottle shots. I mean, I'm not going to like do a bottle pour because I'm not wasting nail polish. But anyway, so let's start applying this on the nails and we can really see how it looks. Is it not so satisfying when you're watching somebody apply nail polish or just doing it yourself? It is so satisfying when you go from a nude nail to like applying it on your hands. And again, because I like to do thin coats, this one is really built up when we do a second coat. I think you could probably do a third coat too, but I felt like it was pretty opaque in a second coat, so I just did 2, and I love this one a lot. I think it is maybe like a gray, pink, purple base. I don't know. I see all the colors. Any excuse to say that I see purple. But no, I think it's more like a pink gray, if you will. Anyway, I love it. Moving along. Least, we have Emily Demoli Final Report. So for this one, we've kind of got like a blue purple base. It does lean more on the blue side. I think it's like a blue indigo purple, maybe it's just blue, I don't know. But then we have some really gorgeous flakies, which are like purple that shift to green, and I think I see some yellow and some pink in those shifts as well. Y'all know me, I love purple, and I will always buy purple, doesn't matter how many I have, okay? I want all the purples. I really like the way this one applies too. I feel like there might be a shimmer or like a pearlescent in here too, like in sort of like the base. Maybe like the base is like a shimmer, and then what you have added to it is the flakies. And I think there might be some hollow in there, or maybe that's just the reflection of the flakies. If there is hollow, it's like on the small side. But again, this is really, really beautiful and fully opaque in 2 coats. You could do another coat if you want, but I think full opacity in 2 is really good. Alright, well those are all of my pickups from Polish Pickup from October. Which one is your favorite? Because mine is kind of like all of them. Alright, taking it back to real me and real life. Catch you later. Whew, back in the real world. So you're back from the swatches. I really hope you guys loved those. If you're interested in seeing full swatches on my hand, check out my IG channel. I will be throwing those up throughout the week. I'm not going to throw them all up when I launch this video, but I will throw them out throughout the week so you can see. I do paint my whole hand. I just actually film one finger because that's kind of how I like to do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked that video, make sure you give that video a like. And if you would like to see more videos like that, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can visit me on all my social media, though IG is the best way to get in contact with me and it's my favorite platform. Before you go, check out some of that peel porn. Catch you on the flip side.